start with Ken in the room. Go ahead, Ken.
Coach, in some ways, it seemed to be a game like last week. A lot of points on offense. You got some big plays on offense. Defense was kind of bending, gave up a lot of yards, and then 3 consecutive touchdown drives. What was your overall assessment on today?
I thought our guys played really hard, but obviously not well enough to win the game. And they earned the victory. UTSA earned the victory. They got a great football team, they're well coached, and they made the plays. There's a lot of things I can point to that we need to do better, and there's just foolish things. Not fielding that punt down there or getting completely out of the way of it and giving the ball to them at the 1 yard line. We had a fumble today. I mean, we had two turnovers. They had none. And I will tell you that the team that wins the turnover battle wins the majority of college football games. Last year, 78%. So we didn't help ourselves there. We turned guys loose up front, not blocking who we're supposed to block. I don't know how that happens. I wish I could tell you, and I'll find out once we watch the film and ask those guys. But it's frustrating to not communicate. I mean, just foolish things. We defensively. And we got an interception in the middle of the field. We got 12 guys on the field. That's coaching fault. It's coach's my fault. We're substituting. They're going really fast. We're substituting. We don't make sure a guy gets out. There are 12 guys on the field. They end up scoring on 3rd and 20. So even with that, we gave ourselves a chance to win. We got in overtime. We got the ball first and goal at the 5. And we have a false start, or so it said. And we end up having to kick field goal, and they make a play, win the game. So I'm really disappointed. We got to play better. We can play better. And had we played better, we probably would have won the football game. But I'm happy with how hard our guys play and how hard they compete. It matters to them. But we're making mistakes, and it's the coach's responsibility to get those guys to not make mistakes, particularly from the standpoint of our assignments. And we can correct those things we have to. When it comes down to technique, the guy misses a tackle. I know we're teaching good technique. I know we are. We got to take better angles, so we got to do a better job wrapping up, or we got to get our pad level better where it needs to be. I know our guys have been taught to block and how to block. We don't have to hold. We can pass protect. We don't have to lunge at a guy and miss. We got to get him to do it. It's my job. But the critical areas of the game, when you look, is the fact that we didn't win on 3rd down when we needed to. Pick on defense, I think they were 11 of 15 on 3rd down. We didn't run the ball and control the clock, keep it away from them like we need to. I don't know what our rushing total was. Where is this the final?
179.
179 yards.
54 plays, 179.
This is a halftime stats. Okay. Yeah, so I mean that's not us. When we're winning, we're running the ball, and I think everybody wants to talk about the passing yards we had. We throw the ball for a bunch of yards. Who cares? We don't win that way. We win by running the ball and stopping the run. And we didn't do that. Didn't do it consistently. Sometimes we're blocking the wrong guys. Sometimes we're just whipping our butts. And sometimes we weren't exactly in the right play that we needed to be. And then on defense, we bent a lot, and we gave up some underneath stuff, but then let them run it for a bunch of yards, and not a very good combination. So we missed some tackles again this week, maybe not as many as we did last week, but we missed some tackles, and we got to continue to get better in that.
Coach, you were up 28-14 after Tyler got that nice 16-yard rush play to the end zone on the second effort. And then UTSA was able to go basically 3 long drives in the third quarter, beginning of the fourth quarter. What changed at that point where you kind of lost some momentum?
Well, I mean, they got an explosive team. They're really athletic. And as I look at those drives, to start the third quarter, it was a nice long drive. It took 8 minutes off the clock. That's a good drive for us. And then they turned around with 13 plays for 84 yards. We had a good tackle on the kickoff return. But you know, they just took it down to field goals. And it wasn't anything where there were big plays on that drive. The one where he threw the ball over the middle is a pass over the middle for 27 yards, but I think all the rest of them were like 8 yards, 4 yards, 7 yards. They just had a good drive, and that cut it to 21. And then we went essentially 3 and out. We had our 4 and out. We had a first down play, and then we got a penalty for a chop block, which I don't know. I mean, sometimes our guys fall down, fall on the ground. Guys trip over the top of them. Somebody else is trying to block them. And maybe I guess by rule that's a chop block, but it's not like we were trying to high-low somebody. So that put us in second and 21, and then third and 14, and we punted. And we punted. They took the ball back down and scored. They had a big play. We had you know, on that drive again, there's a 20-yard play. We jump up a big play in a drive. It's usually a pretty good drive. And then we went 3 and out again, and then they went right back down and scored. So they had a couple of big plays, and it took them exactly 4 plays after we went 3 and out to score and go ahead 35-28. And then I'm just really proud of our guys, how they responded and got the ball down there and hit that big pass to tie the game up with a minute or so to go. I guess that's what it was. It was yeah, we scored it's the clock. It doesn't have it on there. Yeah. It's like there is 1:03. So I mean we had to score on that drive. So that's a positive. You know, we responded. It was a positive for us to score there. They took it down and missed a field goal in regulation. That's how quick they got it back down there. But you know, just the story in overtime was the conversion of the first down, get it to the 5-yard line, and then get called for that penalty. So that hurt us.
Coach, just ask you, you started Tyler, and then early on, he had the 77-yard pass to play on John Marshall. You put Kate Ballard in soon after, and he got hurt, and then Thayer played, but then Kate came back, and he got the 42-yard pass play to Tyrell. Tell us about the play of your quarterbacks and why you were kind of moving back and forth.
I think going into last week, we really intended to play both of them. They're both good players, both really good leaders. And I thought they played well today. There's some things that they need to do better. Tyre had a chance to throw a corner out over there to Alston, kind of overthrew him. Just wasn't a very good throw. Kate pitched the ball on the ground, tried to pitch to the wrong guy there on that counter play. And those are mistakes and errors that they've got to be better at. But I think they're both doing a good job beating the offense and running hard. They both had some good runs, and so that's just who we are right now. The 1-2 punch with those two guys, and they're both worthy of the snaps they're getting. And so I think we'll probably continue to do that. Keeps them fresh, and they're both doing a good job.
Thanks, Coach.
Joe, go ahead.
Good afternoon, Coach Monken. Joe Icono with GoBlackKnights.com. You know, it's tough to overcome a 2-0 turnover deficit against anybody, but especially against a really good team like UTSA. What does that say about the character and toughness of your team that you were at least able to get the game to overtime down 2-0 and turnovers?
Our guys are tough. they're tough as nails, and they're going to keep fighting and keep battling. But the fact is, we can't make those mistakes. We can't misplay a ball inside the 10-yard line on a punt. We can't fumble the ball and have a drive stall out on their side of the 50-yard line with a fumble because we have poor ball security. And they knocked it out. They got that one away from us. And credit to them, but we can't do that. And when we do, we probably don't deserve to win. Turning the ball like that. But that wasn't the only thing that happened. I mean, there's a lot of things. And we had
Right. And along those lines, I mean, I know you and the staff focus a ton on fundamentals and not making those type of mistakes. So it's clearly not a lack of, focus or repetition or effort in practice. Any idea what's causing the what seems like high amount of fundamental mistakes the first couple of weeks of the season?
I can only think it's poor coaching. So it's our responsibility to get them to play fundamentally sound, and we can't miss assignments. When we miss assignments, that to me is the responsibility of the coach, and get those guys to be able to play fundamentally sound. Either we're making it too difficult, or not coaching it well enough, or I don't know, but shouldn't miss assignments. And sometimes a guy just screws it up, and he says, "I knew I was supposed to do that, and I don't know why I did that. I don't know why either." But that's why they got us to try to help them.
Thanks, Coach.
We have time for two, Ken, real quick.
Hi, Jeff. Ken McMillan. Jeff, through your tenure here, Army's always built momentum through wins. How difficult is it to get through this 0-2 stretch and get back on the positive side?
Well, we're playing hard, and our guys are battling. We played a really good football team last week. I'd imagine that team's probably going to win a lot of football games. I wish we would have beat them. We had chances, and we didn't. Team we played today, they started out 10-0 last year. I think they finished with 12 victories, and they're better than they were a year ago. I mean, they got a quarterback's in his 6th year of college football. He's a veteran. They got a bunch of receivers that are really, really good, very talented group of athletes on that team. And Jeff Traylor's an outstanding football coach. That's a good football team. And with that said, we could have won the game. And had we not had some of the self-inflicted things, which are completely our fault, we would have given ourselves a better chance. But again, they're a really good team. They're tough, and we realize that. Doesn't mean we're accepting of the loss. But I'm not going to panic. I think we got a good, tough football team. We got to play better. We got to do some things better, and we're going to try to do that starting tomorrow.
Jeff, obviously, your rushing totals are going to be down because you're having success through the passing game, and that's good. But how do you feel about the run game right now? 3.3 average today. Jacoby with a rare fumble. Your thoughts on the rushing game and how close you are?
We got to run the ball better. We got to be able to run the ball. We want to run the ball. And if they're going to put everybody up on the line of scrimmage, then we should be able to complete some passes. But if they're going to put everybody up on the line of scrimmage and we're going to throw passes, then we got to protect the quarterback. And we didn't do that. So we gave up sacks. We had a throwback play to the quarterback, would have scored. That wasn't the offensive line. It was a back. He got beat. He put his eyes probably too high, not fundamentally sound. And I know he's been told, and I'm not pointing a finger. I'm just saying it's our job as coaches to get him to do that and compel them to do better. And we didn't do it. And it wasn't the only play in the game. There's a lot of plays in the game. A lot of plays that made a difference. When you got them in 3rd and 20, and they throw a touchdown pass over your head on 3rd and 20, and that's hard to accept. When it's 2nd and 18 and rushes for 19 yards on a quarterback scramble, it's hard to accept. And there's a lot of plays, extended drives, and like I said, having 12 guys on the field, there's not a play in the game I'm more upset about than that one. Because that's our responsibility as coaches to make sure we get the personnel in there. We intercept the pass, and instead, they score on 3rd and 20, throw it over our head. Freshman DB who's trying to play his butt off. And so anyway, I mean, like I said, I'm not panicked. I think we got a good, tough football team, but we played 2 really good football teams, and we're going to play another one this week. Everybody looks at, oh, it's an FCS team. Oh, it'd be a lot easier. Oh yeah, they're ranked 5th in the country. They're one of the top 5 teams in FCS football. And when we go head to head with them on a prospect, it's not like they're running the South Army. You know, they're signing guys that are in the same recruiting pool as us, and a lot of them. So they got good players, and the transfer portal's wide open for teams like that. And I'm sure they're going to be talented. I know they're well coached, and it's going to be a real battle. So we've got to have a sense of urgency to improve and do the things we can control much better, and give ourselves a chance to win, not give away any freebies. UTSA earned enough plays on their own today because they're a really good team, really physical, and very talented. We didn't need to give them any more, and the ones we gave them really hurt.
That's all we got. Thanks, everybody.